first time seeing my face, my name is Shantae. I am a faith-based creator. So I just wanted to explain my motive. I wanted to start a new routine of waking up early at 6 a.m. to read my word, which I know a lot of believers already do, and I know like this is a normal thing for people, but I'm not a morning person. I do get into my word daily, but it's usually like midday, after work, before I go to bed. And if I am doing it in the morning, it's usually rushed. And I don't want that. This is like more intentional, you know, like it's actually for something that's good for my mind, my heart. If you're also in a journey of switching up some things of how you spend time with God, hopefully this gives you some encouragement. I know this video isn't about skin, but I have dry skin, so I need semi-thick moisturizers. Don't really need gel creams in like gel-like consistency, but I have a mini of the Dermalogica gel moisturizer, vitamin C by the Biolumin vitamin C line. If they make this for dry skin, like a milky creamy one, I am sold because this is so good. Serum is actually really good too. Do not mind my lopsided ponytail. So today is day one of me waking up consistently at 6 a.m. to spend my intentional time with God. I feel good. I feel really good. I don't know if I'm going to upload my week in my life first or this, but I said in there that I'm currently in the book of James. I'm just reading through the whole New Testament at the moment. I started in February. It is now the end of May. I've read James before, but in different seasons of your life you get different perspectives on just verses and different chapters and stuff like that. So this is really giving me a whole new perspective on so many other things. I kind of did focus a little bit more on chapter 3 today, and this is something that I have implemented into my life already within the past like year, but it's always good for that reminder, that refresher. And chapter 3 talks about just the power of the tongue and the power of what words can actually hold over your entire life. There's just so much that we not only say but also think in our minds that can also corrupt the way we live as believers. Sometimes it's just so hard because there's just so much around us going on in the world. When we literally step out into the world, we're immediately hit with so much, whether it be gossip, whether it be drama, whether it be just like even your own spiritual attacks that have been trying to eat you up. Verse 10, out of the same mouth comes praise and cursing. And then it goes on to say, can both fresh water and salt water flow from the same spring? Ooh, can they both flow from the same spring? The mouth that praises God, the mouth that says the amens, the mouth that prays to God is the same one that curses, gossips, and boasts about all things that are just really negative. And it really like changes the perspective of like what's really in your heart, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too deep right now because this is a different video, but I'm just glad that I'm here and I'm willing to show God that I want to start my days slow and intentional with him. Before it was just very like rushed and quick. Like I tried to be slow, of course, but it's like I was watching the clock, like I gotta go to work, you know what I'm saying? But I will see you tomorrow for day 2.
Now, I know y'all see that 6 a.m. right there, but let me tell you, do not be fooled because I definitely went back to sleep. Spiritual discipline is so real. I know it's because I went to bed really late that night and I had a little surprise from Mother Nature that morning. So no excuses, but just wanted to be fully transparent and tell y'all that it was definitely like 7:30 by the time I got on that couch. So yeah, just wanted to put that out.
We're gonna fix this later. This is day 3, I think. I've been refreshing it with my favorite gel. This is the Innersense I Create Hold Gel. I like it. I have 4 AB type hair. on. God opposes the proud but shows favor to the humble. Come on. Hello. So obviously it's not 6 a.m. It's definitely past that. We're still here. The whole motive of this video is to start our mornings with the word, start our mornings with God and nothing else. So we're still doing that. It's just not the timing that I wanted, but we're gonna try again tomorrow. Just got done with my quiet time, and a couple of things that I did want to point out. So I am in James, like I said in the last part of this video, and I don't know, I will share a couple like tidbits of like things that just stand out to me. I do want to make a whole separate video about submitting to God, because this is something that I remember like the first process, or like the first like cleansing process that I had to really like be like, okay, I am all in submitting. And I wanted to talk about that because it comes with so much. Friendship with the world means enmity against God. Now, we know the kind of world we live in. We know it's a lot going on in this world. So much going on. And especially with so many people trying to tell you how to live, or how you need to also like live your life in your 20s. There's just so much opposition when you remove yourself from the world and try to live solely by the word. And there's so much that comes with it. And like I said, I want to create a separate video about this, but choosing to become a friend with the world is you choosing to become an enemy with God. It's going the world's way. You're becoming an enemy because you're doing all the things opposite of what the world says. There's just so much that goes into this. So definitely want to create a separate video with this. If that's something you want to see, you can, follow along with this journey. Verse 10 is one of my favorite verses. It has been for a long time. Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up. Humbling your heart is not easy. Okay, especially when you used to live a life where you wanted to control every little detail about your life. Much easier said than done sometimes. But that humility can stretch your faith in ways that you didn't think could be stretched. But yeah, I had a really good little time with God. But I'm about to make me some breakfast. I did want to go to the gym today, but the gym that I have downstairs in my building is being remodeled, which would be more ideal for me to take y'all with me because there's not a lot of people in there usually. I have a gym that's walking distance, but I don't feel comfortable filming in there just yet. See, I'm definitely gonna work out, but I don't know if I'll film it. Now I know this video is not health related, but I'm just putting my 2 cents in real quick. Make sure you're checking your water before any type of coffee, and make sure you're incorporating a type of protein, a veggie, a fruit into your breakfast, because that'll help your gut, which essentially helps the skin. If you don't know, I'm a licensed esthetician, so I'll be putting my 2 cents in here and there. And coffee after you eat, okay?
Happy Wednesday. So for a couple of the clips in this video, I want to do a voiceover just so it doesn't get too repetitive, and just so we have a couple different things and not just me reading and just talking. But yeah, so I had my quiet time. As you can see, I believe in Wednesday I was in James 5, reading about being patient and standing firm in your faith until the coming of Jesus Christ. Such a powerful chapter. Now this day I also did go to the gym. I didn't film my workout just because the gym was so busy, but I did go to my outside gym. And I wanted to point out something very important that I feel like is forgotten about, is that spending time with God can also be your worship. And if you're working out to worship music, that can also be some quality time you're spending with God. If you're cutting out that worldly music that you know is going to corrupt your heart and your mind and your ears, then absolutely spending time with God can also be a form of worshiping him in the gym. And I've actually come to adore my Christian playlist, my R&B playlist, my Christian rap, my Afrobeats playlist, my slow, peaceful, my gospel. Like, there's just so many playlists that I have that I actually enjoy. Because in the past, I thought I would have a hard time with finding things that kind of sounded like my favorite artists of the world. But I found a lot. And if you need any recommendations, just let me know. I can also make a separate video about that. But yeah.
If perfect love dries out fear, why should I ever be afraid? So if anyone's having a hard time with loving others, love God first. and your heart will transform. If you love God so much, I know it's hard. It's hard to walk in love, especially when if somebody does you wrong. It's hard to forgive, but without love, you don't have God. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. I need some blue light glasses. Like, I also need some glasses that frame my face a little bit more, because today I read about walking in love. So perfect love drives out fear. So if God is love and his love is perfect, his love can drive out fear. I'm thinking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud. This is also good to make you reflect on who it is I don't love at the moment, who it is that Satan is trying to get me to not forgive, to hate, because that doesn't come from God. If God is love, then God is going to drive out that hate in your heart towards whoever. This is a good reflection moment to just think about, how am I not walking in love? I'm not saying you got to spend every day with them. You don't got to text them, I love you, every day. Just, it's all about the principle in your heart of, forgiving or loving that person, because God loves and forgives us. So, just reflection. So we have reached the end of this video. It is Saturday. I really just wanted to reflect on the week and just spending intentional time with God first thing in the morning before I do anything. I already don't go on my phone in the morning. I've been doing that for years. I don't go on my phone in the morning. I don't go on apps. I kind of would just get my day started. It really does do wonders for your mindset. You're basically going into the day with God, when before it's kind of like you're just rushing into the day with a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind. Originally, it'd be like I would just be going through my morning, making myself breakfast, rushing out the door with those thoughts. But I put it at his feet first thing in the morning, and I read my word, and I was just at peace. So it's it really goes to show how much that intentional time with God can really go a long way in your day. And I encourage you. So if you are looking for new ways to just spend time with God, I encourage you to make him the first priority of your day, and really just be intentional with your time, and understand that Jesus's time, his love language is quality time too. And especially if you're always the one to wake up very anxious and very just a lot on your mind, this is something that I think would be good for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some encouragement. Not saying that I won't get into my word before bed or midday, but I think this is something I want to start doing in a routine. So yep, that's it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.